Hello everybody, it's Jen. Welcome to the Not Too Shabby Inspiration Hop. Here is the card that I'm going to be making today. I'm using two of the new release stamp sets called Magical Winter, which is the one I'm holding now, and Snowball Fight. I'm also going to bring in some paper from Christmas Town. This is the newest Doodle bug paper this holiday season, and Piper is saying hello here if you can hear her. So this was the pattern paper for inspiration on this card. I'm going to create a bright blue winter background for this Christmas or holiday card because there is a bright blue in the paper. So I'm using Salty Ocean and Tumbled Glass. I'm using a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock here. And I'm going to cover the background in the tumbled glass. I'm not worried about the bottom piece of the panel as I'm going to be covering that with some white glitter cardstock. So once I got the tumbled glass down, I went back over with the Salty Ocean, and I did that a couple times to get that nice bright blue color I was looking for. Then I'm blending back over with the tumbled glass, and then I'm just taking what's left on my sponge here from the Salty Ocean and blending that for a final time. So here's where I'm trying to figure out how far I want the snowbank to come up. I'm using a small stitched rectangle die from Fawn for this panel. I wanted it to be a little bit longer, so it's sort of a rectangle, sort of a, well, it's not really a square, but it's definitely longer or wider than a normal rectangle. So I want there to be a snowy bank here, but I want to make sure that that Christmas tree from the Magical Winter set fits onto this card panel. So I'm just extending the actual card panel down with the white glitter cardstock. And here's where I'm going to cut this pattern piece of paper out with a large rectangle stitch die. This is the largest die in the set from Fawn. Jamie has some amazing sales going on right now. Some of your favorite stamp companies are up to 30% off, including a sale on the Not Too Shabby release as well. And the best thing about it is you can still use my coupon code JEN10 to save an additional 10%. So you're going to want to head over there because you'll be able to get some of your favorite stamps for 40% off. And it's just a great deal. So go over and check out Not Too Shabby. All of the new release are in stock. I will be doing some more cards with the new release coming up probably the end of December, early January, so stay tuned for that. I colored up all the images off screen. The little snowman is from the Snowball Fight, as well as the little boy, and the Christmas gifts are from the Magical Winter set. So given it's still early in December, I wanted to make a Christmas card, and I thought this would be really sweet to give to someone who has a little boy in their life. So I'm adding some of these presents. I can't remember if I said I went ahead and colored these images up off screen. I colored them one night watching a Hallmark Christmas movie, and I used my Copics to color them on some Spectrum Noir premium cardstock. All of the products will be listed below in case you're interested in checking anything out. So I added one of the presents behind the snowman and one of the presents in front. I'm also going to add a third present in the hand of the little boy. Now, where I'm adding him over top of the white glitter cardstock, I am going to use some red line tape or some super sticky tape. I find this is the best for glitter cardstock. And then the other piece, I'm just going to use my liquid glue here. I'm going to get him down on the card panel. I really love how this card turned out, and it was inspired by a piece of paper. So get your papers out, see how they might inspire you to create a card, and run with it. So I'm going to work on the sentiment now. I am going to cut this sentiment that says have a magical winter. I just want to use the have a magical part. And then I'm going to bring in this Christmas stamp. This is a Heffy Doodle stamp. I love the font of this Christmas, and I thought it went perfectly with the font in the Not2Shabby stamp set that I'm using here. So I'm just using my Versafine black Onyx ink, stamping this out on a regular piece of 110-pound Recollections cardstock. This is just a scrap left over for when I cut my card bases down. I keep them so that I can always use them. They're perfectly sized to do sentiments. So I am going to heat emboss this using some clear embossing powder. I'm going to heat this up. It takes seconds to get nice and raised there. And then I'm going to cut it out with this sentiment die. This is Blueprints 29, 27. I never remember. It'll be linked below. I use it all the time. So I cut that out of the white cardstock and I'm putting it on here, and I feel like it's looking very white and getting lost on the white glitter cardstock. So I decide to bring back the Salty Ocean Distress Oxide ink. Now you can see here the difference in the blending on the regular Recollections cardstock versus the Bristol Smooth cardstock that I used for the panel. You can get a smooth blend on regular cardstock, but it is much easier with the Bristol Smooth. So the piece of paper you see behind there is just a laminated piece of cardstock that I use for blending. So I'm going to add the red line tape here again just to ensure that it sticks down to that glitter cardstock. Just using the back of my scissors there to make sure that it's nice and adhered to the sentiment strip. So I'm going to have him just standing on top of the sentiment banner, and then I'm going to cut off the end of the banner here. So to finish off my card, I'm taking some stickles in frosted lace, and I'm going to add that to the snow on the Christmas tree, or just the tree in general. It's so pretty. I love the way that this tree is drawn. I'm also going to add the frosted lace to the white parts of his hat and his scarf, just to add a little bit more detail. And then I'll take the stickles and I'll do kind of one side of the snowman, so the snowman is a little bit sparkly as well. So I hope you're enjoying the hop. There are amazing stamps in this release. I can't wait to play with the other ones. I hope this card has inspired you, and I know the other design team members will make amazing cards as well. So I'm just finishing off here. I added some black gel pen to the eyes, and now I'm just using my white gel pen to add some detailing. And once I complete that, the card will be done. Just trying to figure out where I want to add a little bit of an accent. I do decide to add some more white to the tree. I really love how that made it look. And here's the finished card. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.